parents has to also understand they have to support with establishing a plan. Like Vinil was telling earlier, can I co-create the timetable? Can I also ask him, okay, what's working, what's not working, what you want to change? So asking open-ended questions, like rather than being very directive, right? Helping them execute with focus. Sometimes I remember one of the child said, oh, I just love my mom to be beside me. She doesn't have to do anything, but just her presence makes me feel good about that, and I'm able to focus, right? And sometimes both parent working can be challenging. Sometimes grandma or grandfather support is there. Then the child, I remember he told me कि मेरा phone अगर हम लोग रख लें तो मेरा distraction कम हो जाता है. So I'm happy to give that phone to my dada dadi, and I do that sometimes with my parents are not there, right? And how can you avoid the pressure and stay calm, and therefore it's important that you are asking effective questions. Like sometimes I've seen people, parents, they become so challenging because they feel that the students is not understanding. So they create rules which can be unrealistic rules, right? Sometimes even the rules in the traffic police is not created on the spot. So I would say you pre-create rules and boundaries, which is good enough, and have consequences. Sometimes I've seen the consequences. The mood of the parent is nice, then the consequences will be saying, ठीक है आज नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है वो consequences को हटा देते हैं. और mood अच्छा नहीं होगा तो consequences को double कर दोगे आप. So how do you ensure that you are predictable? You don't change your style and your approach based on how calm and composed you are, right? And therefore I call the rules book as ways of working. Wow, ways of working. Co-create ways of working so that you can ensure unnecessary pressure and things are not avoided. And sometimes maximize performance. I see a lot of time parents say the students are not telling me वो क्या कर रहा है क्या नहीं कर रहा है मुझे कुछ पता नहीं है. तो you should ask. Your questioning style I think is कितना पढ़ा. I know of one parent, he said कि यार tell my dad कि मेरे को एक क्वेश्चन आप पूछो. दिन भर शाम को आते सिर्फ एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछे कितना हुआ आज. I said अरे come on यार dad, what the hell is this? This is not the question you have to ask me. कितना हुआ आज, मेरा पोर्शन कितना कंप्लीट हुआ. So you should change your questioning style. I love one of the parents says, I asked, what's the hardest part of your study today? What are you proud of? What was something that confused you or challenged you? What helped you to stay focused? If you have to redo this day, what would you do differently? Very unique question he's asking in a very different way, so that it's like a conversation with the parent. So therefore, I personally believe that student can also use this acronym, but parent use this acronym very effectively for your own management as well, right? So we are at the start of the year, literally, in this time, and what we want to support you is, and support the student in managing the control, so much so that students should feel, as a result of this support, he should feel I'm in control, and you should see him or her self-motivated, ability to manage time, and showcase attention and focus, and importantly, he or she is emotionally and mentally fit, right? That's what will these program will help give an outcome to each of your child. And we just don't want to limit the control to be at the student, but how can parent feel, both parents feel I am in control as well, and as a parent you feel stress free as a result of having a co association, a co-partnership with us, and you are focusing on creating a positive environment. And that's why you've given away cognitive development to tuition schools, and we're asking you to now give away the emotional development to us, so that you can focus on creating positive environment and helping in balancing between study and fun. And lastly, more importantly, you individually getting more space, because as a drop of a hat, each one of you are playing so many roles, and it's not easy. I feel parenting is a 24/7 role. It's not just when the student is around you. It's when he or she is not around you also, it's a role, right? So Viral, therefore what we are saying is, what's the plan? What are the 3 steps of the plan? You want to take it up?
Yeah, sure. I'll take it up. Yeah. So can you show me the slide, please? Yes, perfect. So generally, when we do it individually, we kind of have these 3 different steps. The first one is basically a 6 weeks online sessions where we meet every alternate Sunday, because I know that the students are more busy than the Prime Minister of India. They have very difficult time to kind of even remove like an hour in a weekday. So that's why we have come up on a Sunday where we meet for 2 sessions, like on the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday of the month, and we meet for 75 minutes. And after that, we of course we record the session in case you have missed something. In that session, we will acquaint the student with multiple tools and ways of handling. We'll teach them how, and given situations, and how you're going to work around things. If if this happens, what do you do? How do you train your brain to function better, to work better? After that, there comes in the second level, where there are 3 one-on-one sessions, where which is for 45 minutes, and in that, individually, either me or Rahul will be supporting them to help them understand and implement the learnings. Where individually बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि questions उनके ज्यादा होते हैं, और जब ठीक है 6 week का program हो गया, but I very strongly believe that information is available everywhere. The challenge is execution. That's where kids don't do. And I'm sure most of the parents also must be knowing certain things which we are talking right now. But how do you execute that? How do you make it as customized as personal? अभी मैं सुबह नहीं उठ सकती यार, बताओ अभी क्या करूं? तो how do you handle this particular situation? Is it compulsory? नहीं भैया हमको तो 4 बजे उठना ही पड़ेगा, नहीं होता ऐसे. So how do we work around with them personally and customizing, helping them individually? How do you implement the learnings? That's what happens in the one-on-one sessions, and there are going to be 3 one-on-one sessions for that. Post that, we also will be supporting the parents in the month of November and December, but end towards the end, when the prelims are coming in, and either before the prelims. So according to the timetables come in, we'll be able to schedule that better. So there we'll be supporting the parent in a group session and addressing their questions also, because that's where the student would need them the most. The exams are approaching, they are home. Many a times parents take holidays for a couple of months to stay with the students. So how do you basically make this as a good time where you're actually supporting them and not nagging them and not actually going in the other direction? So this is where we also help the parents and help them understand how we can function better as a unit. You, me, the child, and Rahul, everybody together, how we can totally function as a unit towards the growth of the child.
We're close to close. I love this quote, and I just want you to think about this for a moment. Will you decide to invest in your child roots, or just hope that the storm will pass away? Yeah, so what we'll do